Hey guys, Miss Joseph again with all of her tutorials. I find it is easy. I make so many tutorials because I find that it is easy if I am going through and explaining something to you in class. I'm going to write the directions and I'm going to make a video for you to see it anyways. And I love to make videos and I have a YouTube page and I love to post on there. Anyways, what I need to show you all is I want to say this first. No matter if you are in my 7th grade writing class or my 8th grade writing class, this is going to be the same for both of my classes. In your classes, I might say, okay, now this is for you or this is for you, but it's going to be, for the most part, all of my procedures and classwork and whatnot is, I'm sorry, not classwork. All of my procedures and the way that we do class is going to be run pretty much the same, just a different content, of course, because grade levels. So I'm pulling this up and it says 8th grade writing, but please know that it's the same for my 7th grade class too. So I wanted to go through kind of a virtual tour of my classroom. The very first thing that I'm going to make sure I send out to my parents is the virtual, the Bitmoji classroom. And so this was like a fun way to introduce myself. This is my Bitmoji and I like to put it on a lot of things. So it is introducing myself and kind of giving you some great links that you can look at. I have an about me and I'll go through that, I guess, if you want me to. And then I have links to my 7th grade writing lesson plans, my 8th grade writing lesson plans. And then I also have a link to my office hours. So office hours are going to be, it can be for students or parents, but those who really need an additional assistance. And this is kind of time like in the evenings, maybe after you're like, maybe you're doing some work that you didn't finish during class, or maybe your parent is finally home from work and they're able to get on and have a meeting with me. This is a time to sign up for that appointment time. And I'm doing it only on Wednesdays from 6, this is 8, it needs to be 8:30. I'll change that. But from 6 to 8:30. So if you click on this link right here, it is going to take you to this fancy slide. And it's got all of the directions that tell you exactly how to go through making an office hours appointment with me. And it will pull up, it's going super slow. But when it pulls up, it's got a calendar over to the side. And I only have September up there for now. But of course, I'll get that where we've got October in there too. But it'll pull up. It tells you exactly how to go through and do it step by step. So if you follow those directions, it's going to take you over to this slide too, and you'll click on the day, make your appointment time, yada, yada. So that's pretty simple in there for you. I've also got my link on there to email me. You're welcome to email me anytime. Here's the deal with the email, and this is why we have the office hours. When I get home, I am trying so hard, especially during remote learning, to make sure that I have home life and I have work life. And I have to be able to separate the two or else I'm going to be work mode all the time. So this is easy for office hours. You can guarantee that if you need me during that Wednesday evening between 6 and 8:30, I will always be available. With that being said, if you email me during the day, I should also respond pretty quickly because I'm at work now. I might be teaching, so you might have to wait until my class is over and then I'll check my email. Give me 24 to 48 hours to respond to your email. If it is urgent, please say that. Like, please in the subject line, and we're going to talk to our students about how to look at that and stuff. If it is an emergency, please put that in the subject line, and I get those emails to my phone, so I will be able to see that you need help pretty quickly. So there's that. I have it's not linked yet, but helpful links, but it's the last slide in this Google slide for you where I have all my stuff linked, but it's just helpful video tutorials. I'm all about video tutorials to walk you through things, yada, yada. My about me, you can check out some cool things about me, and then what my remote learning expectations are. These are going to be something that I go through with my students at the beginning of the year, and how I expect you to act in class, not only if we were in person, but this is kind of the way that we're going to act virtually too. So at the beginning of the year, even if we were in person or virtually, wait to pause videos. I do, but it's super slow. Anyway, so Remote learning expectations, I will go through those with my students. One of the big things is wear appropriate clothing. I will be in appropriate clothing every day. Please don't come with no shirt on or in your pajamas. That's just not appropriate. You wouldn't come that way to school. So I would hope that you all can not be in bed and slouching over and laying down in your bed or whatever, that you can let me see your pretty face and have your school appropriate clothes on. So there's that. I'll tell my kids more about that too. But I wanted to show you that. So there's my Bitmoji classroom. My lesson plans. There's a link to my lesson plans on the second slide of my lesson plans, which this is my lesson plan slide for 8th grade. I also have one for 7th grade. But you will be able to see my lesson plans. There's a video tutorial on the second page of my lesson plans that tells you how to understand my lesson plans. And so I don't really want to go through that, but on the second slide of both of my lesson plans, you will see how to understand them. And students can look at that, parents can look at that. This is something that I'm going to use. These lesson plans are going to be this is my slide for my class. So if any student misses a day or any parent is wanting to know what we did that day because maybe your student was sick or not able to log in or whatever the case may be, you're trying to help your student, I will always put every single assignment, everything that we do will be linked in this document. And this document, this Google slide will be posted every single day in my Google Classroom for every single period. So you all will be able to see those. Google Classroom, that's the link to my 8th grade Google Classroom. And then also in my 7th grade lesson plans, that's just to your homepage. And then you can find your Google Classroom link. And then on the first day of school, and when we start really talking about my procedures, I'm going to kind of go through that. But I also have a video tutorial about how to find my classroom, how to find my video links, yada, yada. The next thing that I have on here is my procedures. So this is a lot of procedures and what I really wanted to go through, but this kind of tells you exactly how I'm going to run my class every day. So at the beginning of the class, and there's always, even when you walk into my room in person, there is a way that my class is run. And that is to keep everyone organized. It's to keep some sort of like schedule routine going with our students. And it's super helpful in my classroom in person. Learning how to do those remotely is just a whole new ball game. So I have listed all of the things that we will be doing in my classroom that are remote learning. These are expectations. This is the way that we run my class every day. So at the beginning of class, regardless of the day of the week, so when we have our schedule, your mentor class is going to go through your mentor teacher is going to go through your schedule. But regardless of whenever we meet that day, on Mondays and Wednesdays, my class is supposed to be whole class. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're still going to meet whole class. It might just be for 5 minutes, but you will meet with me every single day, unless I, for some reason, am sick. And then I will post that in our Google Classroom, and then that way you don't have to meet. But you should be on class every single day in our Meet link, and I have those Meet links in Google Classroom, and I also have that tutorial there for you. So before you enter Google Meet, you will open up this Google Slide document. So in our Google Classroom, this Google Slide will be posted every single day. It's our lesson plans. It's going to have all of the links that we're going to use for our class. This is something that you have to use every single day. And then you will scroll back up to the top of our Google Classroom and click on our Google Meeting. You should see my screen shared at the top. You're going to see a slide that looks like this. Hold on. This is just an example. So you'll see the date on the top left. You'll see the learning target. The learning target is our goal for the day. What are we supposed to be learning for that day? We visit this at the beginning of class, and we will revisit this at the end of class. So learning target on the left, activating schema on the right. We will always have an activating schema here that you will do on your own. Now, my activating schema, it might pop up that you need to click here and go to another page. Well, like for this one, for example, you're going to see this. It's called Pear Deck, and on Pear Deck, it will pop up on your screen, where on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to see my slide, but on the right-hand side of your screen, you're going to see a text box that you're going to type your answer in, and then it sends me your answer. It's super cool. We'll go through that in more detail when we talk our first day of school. And as we use Pear Deck, but it's nothing you need to add. It's just going to pop up on your computer automatically. So that's how it's going to look. And then we will always have our standard on the top right of what we're going to be doing for the day too. We're also going to be working on DOLs, and then when we get to DOL, I will talk more about DOL and all of that. That's what number 4 says about Pear Deck, activating schema, and then the DOL. DOL means daily oral language, and it is something that we are going to work through every day through the week. We're going to have a paragraph that we look at. It's going to be our way of like looking at grammar, looking at spelling, looking at sentence structure. We get to learn all of that this year in writing, and that's really exciting to me because that's not something that we got to hit super hard every single day when we were teaching reading, just standards combined. So it's something that we can really break down, and hopefully that helps you all as writers this year. So I'm excited for that. Once you've completed all of your activating schema, your DOL, and you've typed in your learning target and all of that good stuff, you'll wait for me to have instructions. So at the beginning of the day, you'll pop up with your slide, you'll put in your answer, and then you'll just kind of wait there for me until I'm ready to start class. So it might be 3 minutes that I give you for activating schema, and then I say, okay, jump over to your DOL. Or it might be, I'm going to give you all the first 10 minutes to finish up activating schema, DOL, and to finish up vocab or something like that. So I will give you all instruction on that part, but for the most part, as soon as you come in to our Google Meet, that's going to be up for you. That's what you do. We'll have plenty of time to practice that too. During class, normally during class or lesson, you just raise your hand if you have a question. Well, that's going to be kind of difficult because some of you will raise your hand and I might not be able to see that you're just stretching, or maybe you're grabbing something off the top shelf or whatever. If you have a question, all you're going to do in my class is do this. Hello, Miss Joseph, I have a question. You don't need to say anything. If I see your hand up like this, I know that you have a question. I might not get to you immediately, but I'm going to get to you pretty quickly. Even if I say, let me get right back to you, so-and-so, I'll be right back. Let me finish up what I'm saying, and then I'll come back to you. But for the most part, as long as you do this, you don't have to interrupt teaching. You don't have to unmute your microphone or anything. All you're going to do is put your hand like this, and I know that you have a question. Remote learning expectations. We will go through those on the very first day. The chat box during our Google meeting is only used if you have a question about our lesson or you need to clarify something, but it's specifically to talk to me. So unless I say, type this out, you don't really need to type anything in there unless you have a question or say, Miss Joseph, I need you to clarify what you just said, and I'll be able to do that. Absent work. Whoops. Absent work in my class. This is your responsibility. Because I have these lesson plans up, anytime that you are absent, you will be able to know what you missed for the day. It's super easy to locate the day, whatever dates that you were absent, it's super easy to locate those, and you should be able to find them. Labeling assignments we'll go through on the first day. Organizing assignments we'll go through, and submitting. I have video links for all of those things. We'll talk about attendance and schedule for our meetings. If you all have any questions about my remote learning expectations, let me know. Best way to communicate with me, email. Of course, especially during a remote setting. If you call up to the school and give Carla a message or something, it will get to me, but it's going to be quicker for you to email me and let me know what you all have questions about, and it gets to me immediately. So, like I said, questions, shoot me an email. I can't think of anything else, but thanks so much.